Welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we are watching and reacting to Manchester City versus Sevilla FC in the 2023 UEFA Super Cup. Sevilla, of course, the Europa League champion, facing Man City, the UEFA Champions League winner, to see who the winner of all the marbles is, the first trophy of the season, the curtain raiser on the European season. We shall see how this one turns. There's both trophies as well. Starting 11s are as follows. Manchester City contra Sevilla en la UEFA Super Cup. Starting 11s, Man City in goal, Ederson. The back forward, Nathan Ake, Josko Vardiol, Manuel Akanji, Kyle Walker. Midfield 2, Rodri, Mateo Kovacic. Midfield 3, Jack Grealish, Phil Foden, Cole Palmer, Erling Haaland. And then for Sevilla in goal, Yassine Bono, where it could be his last match because Al Hilal want him. Could be his last match for Sevilla. See if he can go out on a high. Back four. Jesus Navas, Loic Bade, Nemanja Gudel, Marcos Acuna. Midfield 2, Jean Jordan, Ivan Rakitic. The attacking midfield 3, Lucas Ocampos, Oliver Torres, Eric Lamela, and striker Youssef En-Nesyri. Teams are about to walk out. Sevilla wearing their red. Man City wearing their blue. Should be a good time, yes. How we doing? It's been a while, hasn't it? It's been a while. With all the freaking Saturday 7 p.m. matches. Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it? Since June. And then before that, it was World Cup. So, it's been a while. City 2-0, I'd say more like 3. 3-0, 4-1. I want Sevilla to win. I'm not going to lie. Will they, though? No. I'm not even going to expect it. 2 p.m. Central. Do I think Nashville can win MLS Cup? No. No. I think in the end, in the East, I don't know. They could beat Cincy. I think they could shock Cincinnati, but remember, they're in the same conference as Messi. If Miami makes the playoffs, all bets are off. I don't care if Miami had to play the damn wild card game and they ain't playing but 2 games at home. I really don't care. Miami will win MLS Cup if they make the playoffs. I am sure of it, to be honest. If they don't, well, probably go to a Western team. I don't think Nashville. I'm not against Nashville, but they're the same conference as Messi. So. Watch them, yes. Cover them, no. Depends on what your question is. Let's go, Man City says, what up, man? They'll probably win. Top 4 prediction for the Prem. Arsenal, Man City, Man United, Chelsea. That's my top 4 prediction. Starting 11s again. Ederson in goal. The back 4. Nathan Ake, Josko Vardiol, Manuel Akanji, Kyle Walker, Rodri, Mateo Kovacic, Jack Grealish, Phil Foden, Cole Palmer, and Erling Haaland up top for Man City. I didn't say it would be easy, but they made everything else look pretty easy. So, it's going to be very hard to win every game pretty much out of the last 12. They have 12, so they have some games in hand on Toronto. Toronto only has 10. Miami has 12. They do have a crazy schedule. Thoughts on England beating Australia? And by the way, U.S. Women's National Team confirmed Vlatko will be gone, not officially, but in the coming days. Francois Letexier is the referee tonight. England were just the way better team throughout 90 minutes. I have to admit that against Australia. I want England to lose to Spain. I'm rooting for Spain on Sunday. Vamos España, but I do not want it to come home. Starting 11, Yassine Bono, Acuna, Goodell, Bade, Navas, Ivan Rakitic, Jordan, Eric Lamela, Oliver Torres, Lucas Ocampos, and Youssef En-Nesyri for Sevilla. But Vlaco needs to be gone, so that's good. But Australia were just the second. They were horrible. I wouldn't say horrible in the morning, but they were definitely the second best team. England was the better team. Point blank, period. They were just the better team. Tactically tough. They were physically better. Australia was just outplayed. At least Sam Kerr scored, though. It's not like it. She at least had something to do with the result. At least keeping Australia in it until they did some dumb stuff defensively. Australia pretty much lost because of a freaking, mental lapse. And then Russo scored a pretty good goal, too, to wrap it up. So, at least we agree on that. Spain's a pretty good team, though. I think Spain could beat England. I don't think England are guaranteed a championship, no matter how much their fans think they're guaranteed a world title. I mean, the last time they did that, they played Italy. What happened in the Euros? So, here we go. Man City wearing their sky blue. Sevilla wearing their red, which that is a pretty cool kit. No sponsor either. I like it. And here we go. We're off in Athens, Greece. Super Cup being played in Athens, Greece, which is pretty cool. I think it's the first time I've ever been live for the UEFA Super Cup. I'm really spotty with this game too. Like sometimes I cover it, sometimes I'm not able to. Or at least it's not that sometimes that I haven't. It's not that I haven't. It's wanted to. It's the fact that I've wanted to. I just haven't been able to do it. I think I was, last year when Super Cup happened, I was in Mississippi. Yeah, that one happened. Could easily watch it on Paramount Plus because I brought my Fire Stick, but, it is what it is. I agree with that. And I don't think I covered Chelsea versus Villarreal. I watched it, but I don't think I covered it, which, to look back on that was pretty stupid. I think I had some CONCACAF League that day, but I really could have done like a double, but I wasn't really, I don't know. I think I covered the 2020 Super Cup, but there wasn't really much else going on. That was just a video. And then the 2019 Super Cup, I did do a video for. So I think it's the first time since 2020. And the first time I've been live for it. But City playing forward, 2 minutes in. Ake. I thought he was almost in no man's land. Luckily for him, Ederson. Sevilla's pressing hard, I gotta say. I guess there's a reason you play the games. Sevilla don't look half bad early. They actually look like they may be the better team. Well, I guess we know what Pep Guardiola's bad at now. Super Cups. He's lost 3 straight. He's lost 3 straight Community Shields, and that's pretty much the English Super Cup. That is the English Super Cup, and now we're at the UEFA Super Cup, and 3 minutes in, Sevilla don't look half bad. They look like they might actually pull this one off. Early days, but still. Navas. Sevilla don't look half bad. And Pep Guardiola is wearing a black t-shirt. Huh. Oh, Tecatito's on the bench. Told you he wouldn't start. Just so you know, Tecatito is on the bench here for Sevilla. 0-0, 0-0, 4th minute. Then again, I guess they really don't care if somebody's about to leave because Yassine Bono's starting. He's very likely going to Al Hilal as soon as this game is over. Hey, at least he wanted to play for one more trophy. I got to respect it. But Tecatito Corona wants to go back to Rayados, and, well, they're putting him on the bench. Say, but Bono is their starting keeper. Tecatito, well, just came back from injury, really. Fair, but nice play. Torres plays it forward, back to Torres, and that bounces off his foot. I may watch Football Americas from yesterday in between CONCACAF and this. While I'm putting up the video. Header! Saved by Ederson. Ooh. Kind of nervous watching Sevilla. I have a bad feeling they're going to score. They're looking really good right now, which is good for me because I wanted Sevilla to win. I know they won't, but hey, I may eat my words. I may eat my words. Shot! What a save. Well, it wasn't really that what a save, but good save by Yassine Bono. I wonder if this will have extra time. It'll go straight to penalties. I wonder. I don't even know why I'm asking that question. It's not even going to go to extra time. 7th minute, 0-0, settle. Again, Sevilla's just, I'm honestly proud of them. I thought they'd be second class the whole game. I thought they would be second best the whole game. And Sevilla's dominated the first 6 minutes. Here comes Erling Haaland, though, and luckily he gets pushed off the ball by Navas and Bade. I didn't know you could do that to Erling Haaland. Huh. He sort of kicked it out himself, but I didn't know you could do that to Erling Haaland. City's the better team on paper. That they don't look like the better team, if that's your question, so far. Shot, header, and that's a save by Yassine Bono. Good reaction save by Yassine Bono. Header. Falls to Palmer. Palmer. Nope. Yassine Bono picks it up. That'll be a goal kick. Do you think Monterrey would have been a harder opponent for Miami? Of course. I still think it would have been 50-50, and I still think Messi could have found a way. Just look at how tired Monterrey was last night. They take another flight to Miami and take like 4 days in between. They would be even more tired. So just imagine. I mean, yeah, Miami's defense sucks, but Messi could do enough to win anyway. It would have been 50-50, so. I had 30 seconds. Yeah, I'm sure you are. And I can't fast forward Paramount Plus, so here we are. And if I go by the Reddit thread, I don't know. This one, Sevilla kind of gives me like olden vibes, which is why it's a throwback, and then it has some red on it. I don't know. I just pulled this one out of my ass. I can't even really explain wearing this Cardinals jersey, but I didn't know what I wanted to wear for this game. But I didn't want to wear sky blue because, again, I don't want City to win. So I have no Sevilla kit. I have no Spain kit. I really just pulled this one out of my ass. I just chose to wear this instead of wearing the same t-shirt for 2 streams and 2 videos. Don't call my brain isn't small, but yeah, I thought of wearing the shirt. My brain ain't small, but yeah, I thought of it. Hey, I wish my collection was that expansive that I had a Sevilla shirt or a Spain shirt. I wish I would have got an Alonso Coelho Spain shirt just to be, well, he doesn't even play with them yet, but you know, he will at some point. But I don't. So here we are. 10th minute, 0-0, 0-0. But yeah, if this is the most unexplainable one, yeah, that's for sure. I didn't really want to wear a Cena shirt either, like the 2015 red shirt. I didn't really want to wear that either. So yeah, I could have wore that, but I didn't really want to. So, that probably would have made a little bit more sense. Shot over the bar. Vardiol puts it over the bar. So yeah, Yassine Bono did get away with that. I mean, I don't have to explain my wardrobe choices to you, but I respect you enough to do it. So there you go. Maybe one day my collection will be so expansive that we don't have to have this conversation, but right now. Like if I was rich enough, one day I may just spend like an insane amount on football kits and use it as a business expense and write it off my taxes. But right now, I'm not at that I'm not at that point yet. That would be fun though. Because I could, if I was rich, I could go at a business expense and write that off my taxes. 13th minute. I guess. True. True. Man City's starting to build back into this game, though. Sevilla had a really good first 7 minutes, but Man City started to even this back out, which I'm not surprised. Not at all. I mean, what else did you expect to happen? Ederson plays forward. The center backs look way too wide. I don't like that. Then again, that's how. No, I've seen them be a bit closer before. That's a bad giveaway. The center backs look like they're positioned way too wide. It looks like they're in no man's land with the way Sevilla's pressing. Bono plays forward. Acuna. Yeah, I think, City's center backs look like they're getting pressed. They're getting pressed heavily, but it looks like they're way too wide. Looks like they're in damn near no man's land. It's really interesting. Plays forward. Header. Sevilla can't get there. Ake is way wide. I don't like that. I don't like the look of City's back line in possession. Maybe it's because Sevilla's pressing them hard, but again, you have an outside back, and you have the center back closer to the outside, the full back. Then you have this giant amount of space. Then you have another center back close to the full back. Unless Ederson were to come up and fill that space, yeah, no. Offside, that'll be a free kick. It's not exactly the best, most. It's not exactly the most advantageous positioning, to be completely honest. Plays forward. Nice run, but Haaland doesn't get there. Bono, what is he doing? At least he cleared it right before Haaland. Oof. Center backs not doing their job. They're just giving wide spaces for Sevilla to make those runs. Exactly. You got to cut off the space. In my opinion, you have to cut that off. Sevilla has a lifeline because of how wide the back line is. And it's either under Pep, I've never seen it be that wide, or they don't get punished for it. Sevilla's actually trying to punish them for it. Here's a chance. Nice run. Shot. Save. Yassine Bono. It'll be a corner. Jack Grealish with a good shot. I honestly think it's probably more the fact they haven't gotten punished for it. People don't really try to take the game to City. Sevilla's trying to. Or at least trying to take the press to City. I think Mendilibar knows that if he doesn't and just sits back, they're going to lose. Might as well go out on, I wouldn't say go out on top, but might as well go out pushing the pace. Besides, it's a Super Cup, but still, might as well, I mean, City lost to Arsenal on pens. City beat the hell out of Burnley. I think Sevilla's better than Burnley, which City hasn't looked very convincing over these past 3 games. I mean, against Burnley they did, but they also should have scored more goals the way they played against Burnley. They didn't look convincing against Arsenal. And so far, Sevilla aren't super better than them, but it's definitely Sevilla's holding their own. You think City would have dominated them, just been dominating and just been waiting to score a goal by now. Nice tackle. It's just City, they may actually be dropping off. I don't care how the Burnley game went. I think they might still be dropping off. Inter Miami were invited to Copa Libertadores. Not surprised. I don't know if they could take it because they're in Champions Cup, but CONMEBOL will probably find a way. Hey, even if it didn't happen, I believe it. I believe it. 19th minute. Let's see if they went to 90. UEFA Super Cup. We're just going to go with that and then just... Somebody said watching the Super Cup final and thinking City might lose this one. I'd laugh. I would laugh. I want them to lose. Never said I didn't. I would love to see Leon beat them. And I might as well cover it, shouldn't I? So, no, we're going straight to a shootout. 90 minutes, penalty shootout of scores level. So we will go straight to a shootout after 90. Okay. No extra time. Straight to a penalty shootout after 90. That's why Sevilla's playing the way that they are. And hell. Liverpool submitted an offer for Stuttgart captain Endo. Oh, interesting. Hopefully it goes better for Liverpool than Minamino did. Header. I mean, they're in Champions Cup. They probably have to. And honestly, it's going to leave me concerned what they're going to look like at FIFA Club World Cup. Hopefully by then they're improved. Well, that's 4 months, 9, 10, 11. That's 4 months from now, 3.5 months from now. And that may just be what ends the season this year on this channel, by the way. I should cover the FIFA Club World Cup, even though it's Leon. But you know what? I'll probably cover the FIFA Club World Cup anyway. And the final's what, on the 20th? Might as well. I did it last year. So I'll barely have any break between that and state. But you know what? At best, what, an 11-day break? But it is what it is. Covered the Club World Cup earlier, so might as well cover the last small Club World Cup anyway. As much as I love Man City, I would not want them to go to a penalty shootout because Yassine Bono's a beast on penalties, and that's where City would have a disadvantage. Well, Sevilla's 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 70 minutes away. So. Navas. Oh, come on. Kovacic hit on the chin, and he went down. Why did Kova do that? Man, I know you're tough. Don't do that, Kovacic. Dude. It hit him on the chin, and he went down. Kovacic, man. 22nd minute, it's a water break here. 0-0, 0-0. I feel like this could go to a shootout. The way this is going, I feel like this could go to a shootout. And if I didn't hate City so much, I'd buy one of their training kits just for the Asahi advertisement. But that'd be cool. Lol. I could see this going to a shootout. 90 minutes, and that's all. And then a shootout. I could see this going to a shootout. some reason Pep Guardiola sucks in Super Cups. He's lost 3 straight Community Shields, and in this Super Cup, they don't look that good. It's weird. I'm not saying he's out tacticking him, but how in the hell has Pep not made this Sevilla team coached by Mendilibar look like a fool team? Look like a crap team. If Pep Guardiola is so great, why isn't this 2-0 already? And why is Sevilla looking like they might just be able to hang tight? Come on now. We still got 70 or just over about 66 minutes, but plus, of course. I mean, with stoppage time, it probably is closer to 70, but anything can happen. Playing forward here. Oh! Drops him. Sevilla. I think if you want to take it to penalties, though, Sevilla needs to score a goal. They need to score. I don't think they're going to hold a 0-0 for 90. Playing forward. Nice. Sevilla up the pitch. Cross in. Cross. And Nesri, goal! 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 Goal de Sevilla! Goal de Nesri! 1-0! Goal de Sevilla! 1-0 Sevilla. Youssef En-Nesyri. What a header! Speaking of a goal, there it is. What a forward play. Direct to midfield. Perfect run, and Nesri's onside. They play it wide. Beautiful cross. And Nesri just owns Ake and Vardiol and wins the header. Youssef En-Nesyri. Boom! What a run. Just owns Ake. And runs past Vardiol, owns Ake, and just pops it in there. Beautiful goal. Youssef En-Nesyri. In the 26th minute, 0-1, 1-0. Do you think this is the Kevin De Bruyne curse? No. I think Kevin De Bruyne, maybe City still really needs him. They barely scored against Inter after he got hurt. Maybe they need De Bruyne. Maybe City without De Bruyne is in trouble. Even though De Bruyne is getting older, they need a guy like him. I guarantee you but here's the problem with that is they can't go into the window and get somebody as good as him and have him on the bench for half a season. And Jack Grealish is more of a winger. Yeah, I mean, Foden's sort of supposed to be the replacement, but he's just not De Bruyne. 27th minute. I don't know. Personally, if I was Pep at this point, I'd push Kovacic up. I'd take off Palmer, and I'd put up Julian Alvarez. I'd have 2 strikers. I would move Kovacic up. Rodri is the single CDM. Grealish, Foden, Kovacic, Haaland, and Alvarez. A 4-1-3-2. That's what I would do if I was Pep. If I was City, that's what I would do. Oh, by the way, close the width of the back line. That's probably a good idea as well. But for me, I would take off Cole Palmer. I would move it. I would put in Julian Alvarez. I would move him up to the top. I would throw Kovacic into the regular, the three midfield. So it would be Grealish, Kovacic, Foden, or Grealish, Kovacic, Foden, Grealish. Rodri is the single center defensive mid. The back four, I wouldn't touch. That's what I would do right now. I mean, honestly, I'd do it now. Or at least at the half. Kovacic could play box to box. I think he's better than Palmer, forward play-wise. From what I know about Kovacic, from what I've seen him do, I move him up. That's my opinion. I move him up. That is. It honestly is. If I'm looking at it tactically. Yeah, other than that, I don't know. Losing De Bruyne is a big problem. I think if you don't have De Bruyne, you need two strikers. That's my opinion. 29th minute. If De Bruyne is hurt, you need two strikers. You need to start Alvarez with Holland. You need to compensate. Like, starting Cole Palmer when you have no Haaland just sounds like a bad idea. You move up Kovacic. You have Rodri be the single CDM in possession. In defense, of course, you drop Kovacic back. But that's why he's box to box. Kovacic could do that. In possession, of course. And Rodri could still attack too, but 30th minute, 1-0 Sevilla, 1-0, 16 minutes to go. And, well, I mean, the penalty shootout possibly could be likely because City will score at some point. Here's a chance, and Nesri! Or Lamella. Eric Lamella, that's why he missed. It's Eric Lamella, yeah. Good run, though. Sevilla is the better team so far. I have to say it. Honestly, Man City's not looking like their champion self. It's like we're the champions of Europe, where they're not even Scooby-Doo could solve the mystery. And you think Pep would. Yep, Libertadores is looking to invite Inter Miami. Well, if I get YouTube TV by then, I'll have the beIN Sports networks. So if that happens, we'll be ready to go. 31st minute. Vardiol. I agree, this team will struggle against Newcastle. That's who they're playing next? Yeah. Sevilla's doing better. So far, yes. I'm honestly shocked. I'm not going to lie. I'm honestly shocked. I'm not mad about it, but I'm shocked. I'm not mad about it, but I'm shocked. And also, remember, I'll review this game, and I'll also be live for CS Herediano Real España later tonight and reviewing that as well. So you get 3 videos and 2 streams. We got a busy day, and then 2 streams, 1 video tomorrow. And then the predictions on Friday for the Leagues Cup 3rd place and final. We got a busy day today. Still sort of busy day tomorrow, but not as bad. Speaking of, by the way, I also put up the Leagues Cup semifinals recap, which sort of has a funny joke or funny little tongue-in-cheek thing in it when I get to talking about the Monterrey-Nashville match. So go check that one out, too. 33rd minute. Yellow card. Did Holland get a yellow card? Huh. Oh, Loic Bade got the yellow card for Sevilla. 33rd minute. I mean, yeah, that sort of makes sense. Sevilla's just closing the box. Right now, they're a brick that can't be broken. Looking to shop for some new shoes. Well, I don't have a shoe store. I'm not Al Bundy. I can't help you. If you can on your birthday. That sounds nice. That does sound nice. But again, I'm not Al Bundy. I don't have any recommendations for you. .30 meters on this free kick distance to the goal. 34th minute. Shot blocked away. Sevilla's just well positioned. Like, that's one of my big takeaways here. Is Sevilla is very well positioned. Sevilla is well positioned, unlike Man City, who again has a wide. Their back line is just so wide. They're playing so wide. Again, they're not well positioned. Their back line was not well positioned. And then you look at Sevilla in contrast, is just very well positioned. They're in their positions. Man City played terrible for the first half of the season of last season. They struggled against Spurs, lost to Brentford, lost to Liverpool. Yeah, that's the thing I hate about City is whenever they have a chance in the run-in, they're going to get hot. They may lose. I wouldn't say a lot, but they're going to look like they're just barely getting by. And they lose some games they really shouldn't be losing in the first half. And then at the turn of the year, about February, they just become perfect. I really don't like that when it comes to City. Like, I guarantee you that they're going to look absolutely horrible the time Kevin De Bruyne is out. But they'll stay in contention. That's the problem. They'll do just enough to stay in contention. And they'll get out of the group stage. They'll make the knockouts of the Champions League, and they'll probably win the Club World Cup because, well, they should win the Club World Cup. Even if they're mid, they should win the Club World Cup. But by the time Kevin De Bruyne comes back, that's when City's going to start turning it on. Or once Kevin De Bruyne gets settled back, coming back from injury. So probably the turn of the year once again. City's going to have a horrible first half of the season, but nobody's going to capitalize. And City's going to do just enough to stay alive in the league. And then they'll still be in the race. And then they'll turn it on and just be perfect from like February to May. Side netting that goes behind the net, that'll be a goal kick. Yeah, I saw that. Nashville thinks they're going to beat Miami. Yeah, I hate to say it. I like Nashville, but you ain't going to beat Miami. Here's a corner, 37th minute. 1-0, 1-0. Yeah, Real Madrid wasn't that great going into the Club World Cup. They still won. You let City win a trophy, they're going to start believing. Cross in, Foden, headed away. 38th minute. Jack Grealish said he thought Arsenal was the better team when City played away against Arsenal. If you watch the game, Arsenal missed so many chances. Away, yes. At the Etihad? City whipped them. But yeah, at Emirates, yeah, I think they... Arsenal was the better team. And then at Wembley, I think Arsenal was the better team in the Community Shield. That's not playing away, though. But Arsenal won that trophy, so. 39th minute, 1-0, 1-0. Sevilla's not half bad. This just shows Arsenal bottled the league title. I agree. And they should win it if they don't bottle it again. 39th minute. But cross in. Haaland doesn't get there. Top of the box. Sevilla's just on them like wide on rice. Free kick. They're not afraid to give up free kicks because City really don't have a free kick threat. City really doesn't have a free kick threat. '40th minute. Because they probably seems like they have. I need to look into this. Shot! Saved by Yassine Bono, and he heads it away. MLS Buzz posted it. Oh. So are we really believing it then? I mean, I believe it's a very... I believe that, yeah, Libertadores have invited Miami. But the fact that MLS Buzz got hands on it first. All right. Playing back. '41st minute, shot blocked away. '41st minute. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, you know what it is. 42 minutes in, Sevilla has the lead. I can't believe it. Palmer. Kovacic. Grealish brought down. This game kind of gives me LAFC Leon vibes. You know what? You got a point. I like that. I like the comparison. You have a point. Yeah, that was a late tackle. Grealish dived, but it was a late tackle. Free kick, 43rd minute. Free kick taken. Foden swings it in. Header. Falls. They'll be cleared. 44th minute. One more minute in this half. This has flown by. This game feels like it's flown by. I'm not going to lie. Am I the only one that kind of feels like this one's flown by? 44th minute. Cleared. I agree with that. Messi's so good the haters are convinced the sport is rigged in his favor. He's so good that every game he plays is called scripted. Exactly. It's a skill issue. Score more goals. Stop crying. This is CONCACAF. 55th minute. Stop crying. This is CONCACAF. He does make the region look bad. I'm not going to lie. Like, he makes the defenders in this region in both leagues look bad. I will admit that, and I agree with Herc on that because, of course, I watched a couple of clips of Football Ameri because I didn't watch the full show. I'll watch it in between, of course. 3 minutes of stoppage time at this half, before the half. Okay. So it was just picked up by, okay. But, I mean, I agree with Herc in the fact that Messi is making the Confederation look bad. Defensive, like the defenders are just getting absolutely ripped apart. Yeah, of course. Rory sent me a couple of clips of Football Americas last night. As he does a good bit of times. If I don't watch the full show, at least I'll see a couple of clips. But point being, yeah, I agree with Herc. I mean, yeah, Messi's making the Confederation look bad. I mean, 9 goals in 6 games. He's only played one Mexican team, and that'll stay the same until the spring. Can you imagine what Messi will do to the small Caribbean clubs and Central American clubs and Champions Cup and USL teams? Lord have mercy on their souls. 2 minutes to go. If you think he's already ripped apart CONCACAF defenses, just wait till he plays a Central American team or a Caribbean team or a USL team. Like, that'll be the most surreal thing of this. The whole thing. That'll be the most surreal. If he doesn't score a Champions Cup hat trick in the round of 16 or in the preliminary round, depending on where they end up, if he doesn't score a hat trick, I'm going to be shocked. If he doesn't score 4 goals in both legs, I would be shocked. Like, I would legitimately go for that. Like, if they're playing a team, even Olympia, to be honest, like, Messi has made Dallas, well, I wouldn't say, he made Philadelphia look stupid, okay? He scored from 30 yards against Philadelphia. He's only scored a 30-yard goal once before. I mean, now I saw the video, and it was about a gambling sponsor that got reported. I saw. I kind of wish he played into the conspiracy, though. Could have kayfabed it. I mean, shit. I mean, yeah, it's cool to give the truth, but you could have at least kayfabed it. That would have been cool. But yeah, I'm not surprised Lawless did. Because, of course, Lawless would call somebody an idiot. I'm not surprised. You know, that doesn't surprise me. If Lawless disagrees with you, he probably would call you an idiot, especially if he's not on TV. So, you know, that doesn't surprise me, not one bit. And it's halftime. 1-0 Sevilla, 0-1. Medio tiempo. I cannot believe that's where we are, but we are. Sevilla has the lead. Youssef Nesti in the 25th minute. 23 minutes ago, Sevilla got the opening goal and the leading goal. We'll have a 15-minute break, of course. We'll play another 45. And we'll see who wins the Super Cup. Right now, it looks like Sevilla. Thoughts on Alexi Lawless as a player? He was a good player, good defender. He is a U.S. legend because he's one of the best players the country's had. I don't know if that's because we've been starved for choice, but he was a good player. I have nothing against him as a player. Hell, I really have nothing against him as a pundit either. Like, he's supposed to play the heel. I have nothing against him. And I think he has the mentality that he can play. He really is a heel. Or at least he's not afraid of controversy. But I have nothing against Lawless as a player or a pundit, really. Just because his conduct doesn't surprise me, don't mean I have anything bad to say. Huh. Interesting. But still, with that being said, how we doing, Henry? We'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats, get this one going. 1-0 Sevilla, 0-1 Sevilla. Uh-huh. Take a short break at the half, talk about the stats. We'll be back. We'll be back. Sit tight. All right. Back for the stats at the half. Hit that like button, by the way. Hit that like button, by the way. Come on. One like. Come on now. Run this one up. Come on. 74% possession to 26% possession. Forget LAFC Leon. This reminds me of LAFC Monterrey. Hold on. 9 shots to 4. 312 passes. 312 accurate passes. 91% to 96. 80%. 1 foul to 9, 0 offside to 3, 4 corners to 0, 9 shots to 4, 3 shots on goal to 1, 344 passes to 120, 91 accurate passes to 80%, 91% to 80%, 11 throws to 4, 0 yellow cards to 1, 0 red cards to 0, 0-1, 0-1 for Sevilla. Again, the way Man City's playing defensively, I mean, Sevilla's hit them on the counter. Sevilla looks very well to hit them on the counter, play forward, and win this game. And then defensively, Sevilla's blanked them so far. Now, this game the possession stat sort of reminds me of LAFC Monterrey, where LAFC was winning, but they were getting outpossessed by a hell of a lot. Now, do I think Sevilla's defense is better than LAFC's back line and midfield? Probably. I would say probably. I would say Man City's attack is way better than Monterrey's, though. So when it comes to class on both ends, I'd say it's a very similar situation. But, again, I do like – boom, there we go. I do like what I see when it comes to the play of the side. I think Sevilla's playing very well. I would say Orlando or NYCFC for Griezmann. I don't think the Galaxy – I think he would have fit the Galaxy, but the Galaxy are not good enough for him. I don't think LAFC would really be Griezmann's club. I think Orlando or NYCFC, to be honest. Maybe Montreal. I don't know why, but I have a hunch Montreal would be in form too if they'd spend some money. Probably the French connection, but either way, interesting. But yeah, again, I think Man City, they're bound to have a moment that ties this game up or they come back from behind. I mean, they're bound to. They have 45 minutes to do it. 45 minutes and stoppage time to do it. This is like Monterrey. They're bound to find a moment where they come back and tie this game or even win outright. Come back from behind and win outright. So it's an interesting situation. Can Sevilla hold on, at least for a shootout? If Sevilla holds on outright, that is going to be amazing for them. But if Sevilla holds on for a shootout, that's about a good moment to have for them. I don't know if they could do more than that. I don't know. I don't know. It's a weird situation that I'm surprised we have a 1-0 at the half for Sevilla. I really am. Like, this is some sort of complete weirdness that just is weird. It is. It just is. And interesting. Yep. Sean Johnson has a fractured hand. Yep. He's out for the rest of the season pretty much. 4 to 6 weeks, but let's be honest. He's out for the rest of the season. It's going to be Tomas Romero and Greg Ranjitsingh on the bench. I thought I was done with Ranjitsingh. I know it's going to be Romero starting, but God knows there's going to be something that keeps Romero out for a game, and we have to watch Ranjitsingh again. Damn it. But hey, at least Sebajavinko is planning on trying to at least play some part of the rest of the season with TFC. So, you take the good with the bad, I guess. So. Interesting. They're showing the Scott's Turf Builder commercial. That means the USMNT will not be able to call him next month for the friendlies against Uzbekistan and Oman. More likely to be Drake Callender. It's going to be Turner, Callender, and probably Slanina is my guess. But that's just my opinion. But that's just my opinion. Second half's about to start. Hit that like button. They've kicked off already. Turns out. How do you do that in this day and age where the commercials run past halftime? Like, how do you do that in this day and age? Like, I know back in the day, like, you had commercials that run right up against the start of a game or halftime. I know you could do that. But now, in 2023, you missed the second half starting kickoff. Idiots. Cross in. Like, this is 2023. That shouldn't be happening. No, I mean, I don't know if I'd blame that on CBS. I need to know what BT Sport did or what the other countries did. I don't know if I'd blame that on CBS or just blame that on UEFA being dumb. 2023 and you do that. If there's any fans in England, I would like to know if you saw the kickoff of the second half, if they were on time or if the ads were 30 seconds late as well. Like, if they got caught by surprise, I got to understand that. But nowadays, there's got to be at least a little bit more TV control over the production. I don't know. Sevilla playing forward. You're probably right. I don't know, though. Man City playing forward. Palmer. Cross. These dark and blue numbers are so hard to read on City's kits. Blame it on UEFA, yeah. 48th minute. Oh, there may be a handball. There may have been a handball in Sevilla's box. At least they were checking it. There may have been a handball. Looks like the VAR check is over, though. Throw in. Vardiol got away with that one. 48th minute. I don't know if he got away with that one, but they didn't. They checked it on VAR. They said no. '48th minute. Headed away. Like, I like to ask the question, how much does the Super Cup matter? Like, yes, it's a trophy and it is a prize. Blocked away. But what a chance. Plays forward. Ocampos. Ocampos cross. And Nesri! What a save! What a save by Ederson. Damn. 50th minute. Sevilla's going to want that one back. You get 2-0 around 50 minutes. This gets a lot tougher for City. Not saying they won't come from behind, but right to the legs of Ederson. If he put that higher, that would have been a goal. If he shot that higher, that would have been a goal. Man City got bailed out again. Thanks to Ederson. Yellow card for one of Pep's coaches. One of Pep's assistants gets a yellow card. You know what? I got to agree with Gareth Wheeler on the fact assistant coaches have to be a lot more, what's the word, tactful on the sidelines, on the touchline. Like, there's been way too many assistant coaches getting carded over the past couple of years. Like, assistant coaches have not been tactful enough. Like, I agree. Because Pacific's kit man, of course, over the weekend just got sent off straight red for talking back to the referee. I agree. I think people have been a bit too disrespectful to the referees. Now, do the referees suck? Yes. But there is a line. There is a line on how to treat a referee or how to treat the referee. 52nd minute. There's a decorum there. I don't think referees should be all powerful and all protected, but I do think that there is a decorum to handling referees. And Nesri shot past the post. That was horrible. Like, of course, on the pitch. Of course, they make the decisions. But if you criticize the referees, my point is if you criticize the referees and it's a deserved criticism, they shouldn't get butthurt and fine you for it. Like pro referees, anytime you say a bad word about them or criticize them, they will fine you. So if it's a rightful criticism, you shouldn't be fined for it. But that's after the game. Exactly. I know what I'm talking about. You mean Campeones Cup? Yeah. I guess Super Cup, but Super Cup's been around longer. Hit that like button. IMO refs ought to be questioned by the press after the match. I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. But of course, they want to be clandestine and protect each other. So even if they knew they screwed up, and even if they knew they deserved the criticism, they're still going to fine the organization. Still will fine you as a coach for questioning them. So I think they should be questioned, but of course, referees are probably the most soft feeling people, or thin-skinned. That's a better word. Thin-skinned profession in the world, especially football. Association football. They're just thin-skinned in any country. It's not just pro. Shot saved by Ederson, and he almost spilled it. I'm not going to lie about that. I'm not going to say be against that. I think they're thin-skinned. 54th minute. Imagine LAFC bottles against Tigres. It'll be crazy if LAFC bottled 3 big matches against Mexican teams this season. If they bottled the Champions League final, they bottled the League's Cup quarter, and then they bottled the Campeones Cup. It would be, for a team that's as good as LAFC, makes you wonder. And then it makes you ask the question, is that a sacrifice when he plays a Mexican team? It'll make you ask that question. Because if you remember, LAFC, when they had their Champions League run, exactly, that's the point. When they had their Champions League run, they did not play a Mexican team until the final. They played Costa Rican, Canadian, MLS, USA, then a Mexican team. They did not play a Mexican team till the final. And then when they played a Mexican team, they capitulated. They did not play a Mexican. Well, they did play Juarez, but Juarez has actually been good this season, but they smacked them. Then they played RSL, then they played Monterrey. Hell, even Open Cup was sort of a fracasso for LAFC. They completely rotated to serve themselves getting the Champions League, and then they lost to LA Galaxy, who were absolutely rudderless at the time. So, maybe Sharundolo just can't do it in big games besides MLS Cup, especially against Mexican teams. If he doesn't have his, I don't know. We'll find out. Will Campeones Cup be the decider on who's better this year between Mexican and U.S. football? Because Mexico won the Gold Cup at CCL, the U.S. won CNL and Leagues Cup. Yes, pretty much. Yes. I think so. That's my opinion. Only right. I agree. It's only right. Do it for U.S. soccer, LAFC. Do it for MLS. That doesn't surprise. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Yeah. 57th minute. Plays forward to Campos. 1-0, 1-0 shot. And it doesn't get to En-Nesyri. If he got there, damn. I guess it was after the Nashville game. I could have sworn I remembered Cincinnati going like having a mass confrontation during the Leagues Cup. So, was it during the Kansas City game? It was either that or the Nashville. But yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the rule, that's the letter of the law. It was Nashville, July 15th. Yep. I think I remembered. Yep. Oh, speaking of Central American Cup, when we cover it later tonight, Real Esteli have already moved through to the quarterfinals. Real Esteli will be in the quarterfinals of the Central American Cup. They have advanced. Just so you know. Which they've won 3 games. They have 1 to go. Even if they lost, they've already advanced. But they're undefeated at home. Their stadium's a fortress. They're good away. They've got a really good side. We'll see how it turns. 58th minute. Olympia has to make up some ground. But the good thing is those teams that are under Olympia are all losing to each other. Well, the group stage takes 5 weeks. It's 5 match weeks for the group stage. We're on 3. There's 2 more the next 2 weeks. And then next week, of course, the Caribbean Cup also starts. So we'll cover a couple of those too. 59th minute. Just looks what looks most appetizing to me. 59th minute. Here comes City. It's a rule, yeah. I think it's a good rule too. I mean, mass confrontations. Even before COVID, I think that was a good rule. I think it's always been a rule. I don't think that was just a new thing. I think it's always been a rule. Maybe it's been more stringent, but if you're crowding the other team or crowding the ref, that's just not right. Playing forward. Oh, Sevilla has a chance. And Nesri doesn't get there. It gets redirected to Ederson. Paramount Plus, yes. And CBS Sports Network. But I got Paramount Plus. So that's where I'm watching it. And it's on TUDNA as well. The Galaxy having Griezmann, no, they're not good enough. But I guess they need some striker. I guess Griezmann would be their striker. And I guess they would keep Ricky Puig. And they both played at Barcelona before. And I think they played together, actually. Didn't Griezmann and Puig play together at Barca when they were together? Alex McWhorter and Mateusz Klich have been fined for what? What is City doing? It's like they're wanting Sevilla to win. Sevilla's played a damn good defensive game, and City has had some really bad offensive or defensive moments. Like, Sevilla should be up 2-0, to be honest. Here's a chance. En-Nesyri. If En-Nesyri hasn't kicked the ball around, to be honest, they probably would be up 2-0. Sevilla. I think they did. Did what? 62nd minute. We're past the hour mark. And I'll also be live for the U.S. Open Cup semifinal on Wednesday next week. The Miami-Cincinnati semifinal. 45th minute of Nashville's match against FC Cincinnati on July 15th, and the 90th minute of United's match against the New England Revolution. Like, yeah, City does not look like their old selves. Equalizer, not surprised. Palmer crosses in, falls back to Grealish. Rodri, the hero of the Champions League, passes it back. Here is Rodri. Rodri, long ball, header, Palmer! Palmer puts it in. It's 1-1. Uno, Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer with a header. Will Sevilla hold? Cross in. Palmer puts it into the far post. Yassine Bono couldn't get there. He barely did anything in the match, but he finally got a moment to shine. And he does. It's 1-1. Uno, Cole Palmer. If it's tied after 90, you go straight to penalties, just so you know. At least you don't have to play extra time. $63rd. I'll say 64th. See what it comes up as. 64th minute, 1-1. Uno. I mean, yeah, Man City had like 70% possession. I'm not surprised. 63rd minute for Palmer. I'm not exactly surprised. Into the 64th minute. Sevilla's going to be kicking themselves. But here's En-Nesyri. Youssef En-Nesyri. Saved by Ederson. En-Nesyri, he should have had a hat trick by now. 65th minute. Hopefully that goal can open up City to be more energetic. How is Sevilla not winning? They gave up a header. They just gave up a header. Good cross. Palmer put it to the part of the net that Yassine Bono couldn't get to. Appears a new trend is to move directly to the shootout. Well, I mean, with all the matches they have, like if they're playing 120 at the start of the season, like, you know, they know that there's fixture congestion. So whenever they don't have to play 120 minutes, they're not going to make players play 120 minutes. The Super Cup, let's be honest, is not something you should have to play 120 minutes for. It's a preseason curtain raiser. Like, going to penalties isn't too bad. Straight to penalties isn't too bad for the Super Cup. I think that's okay. It's a preseason curtain raiser that is a trophy. To me, that's just fine to go straight to penalties for. Call me untraditional, but 66th minute. I think playing a game like Super Cup, you could go straight to penalties, and it isn't too bad. $66th minute. I'm surprised there haven't been any subs yet. Or, well, there's about to be for Sevilla, but here's a chance. Good tackle. Shot. Past the post. Corner. For Man City in the 67th minute. Cross. Plays forward. Ooh. Like, Man City still hasn't looked great tonight. at all. Even if they won 2-1, I'm still going to say, even though they dominated possession, they still haven't looked great tonight. And Ederson might just be man of the match in general if City were to win. Because if Ederson didn't make, if he makes one less save, all great saves, if he makes one less save, they lose this game as of now. Like, Ederson is keeping this team in this game, and now they're drawing. So, 68th minute. It's a very interesting situation. Hit that like button. Let's get this one going. Rovella has joined Lazio on loan from Juventus. That's not that great of a move. Lateral at best. Ederson has looked good on his net, even though we got lucky to save some shots. Exactly. Man City wins. Ederson's man of the match in my book. And especially if they went on a shootout. I'm going to say it's more likely Ederson has to make some saves. Possession's often overrated. The key to winning is taking advantage of small windows of opportunity. Palmer! Saved by Bono. Well, that's exactly the point of this game. Because if Sevilla got one more goal off of En-Nesyri, Yusuf En-Nesyri arguably should be on a 4-goal game. Arguably. And they only have 20-something% possession. Yusuf En-Nesyri should have 4 goals today, if not 2 or 3. If you want me to be conservative, you should have 2 goals. If you want me to be liberal with it, he had 4 really good chances that he either scuffed or Ederson made a great save on. The man should have 4 goals today, point blank. Wanlu coming on for Sevilla. So, yeah, I agree. That exactly shows you that possession's overrated. It's about the small windows of opportunity. And that'll be Torres for Wanlu is the sub, 70th minute. So, exactly. But if you have more possession, the more chances you have to score, and the more dominant your forward line is, at some point you're going to score those chances. Just ask Monterrey. Or City, for that matter. Just ask Monterrey a couple of days ago. Just ask City. So, I agree with your thought process, but again, 71st minute. But yeah, possession's overrated because, like, there have been a good amount of games this season that Toronto FC outpossessed the other team and they lost or drew. So yeah, possession's overrated. Like, just because you have more possession doesn't mean you should, like, you could arguably say, yeah, you should be winning, but you're not. So possessions, but yeah, I agree. Possession is overrated in most cases, as well as expected goals. I think expected goals has done worse to the sport. I think expected goals to me, expected goals is a stat that just it's like, yeah, we had so many great chances we couldn't finish, or yeah, we scored 4 goals, but we should have only scored 1 at best. Like, to me, expected goals, I'm not a believer in, okay? Like, yeah, I get every chance is a very hard chance to take. Like, I think expected goals is sort of a 72% to 28% possession the whole way through. Crazy. 73rd minute. To me, it's just possession doesn't matter. For example, San Antonio doesn't like possession. They still win the amount of games they have without holding the ball because they're more direct. Exactly. Like if my team, I'd rather my team be more direct. If they have possession of the ball, play it forward and just be direct. Don't pass it back. But I'm fine with my team not having possession. If it was my coach, if I was coaching a team, I'd be like, I'm fine with them not having possession because as long as they have the ball for long enough to make another team pay because they're so direct, that's what I want. Forget the possession. Jack Harrison to Everton on loan, your thoughts? Like, of course he was leaving Leeds. Of course, because they got relegated. But Everton, that's honestly, he's going to get relegated again. Like, I don't think Jack Harrison fits Sean Dyche's style. I don't. I think he's in the wrong team, the wrong system. That's probably a better look at it, to be honest. Now, they're putting on Juan Lu for Torres. Now they're doing it. But, yeah, I like that interpretation better. I do. Because that's a better interpretation than the way most people look at it. Like, yeah. If you add up all the chances and all the difficulty of each chance, you could say they should have scored this many goals. It just shows you how much better how good the goalkeeper was or how bad the goalkeeper was. That I could see. But you could also look at a save percentage and just make it like that. I don't think, or you could do it the hockey way and say they had this many saves on this many shots. Save percentage. Yeah, Harrison should have went to a team like Bournemouth. I agree. I think Everton's a bad pick. He doesn't play Dyche's style. I think they got him for his supposed name value. Which, to me personally, like, it's harder to probably do that, but in football, they could easily do it the hockey way and say the goalie had this many saves on this many shots. Here's their save percentage. And I'm fine with that. But I guess XG supports both terms. But I guess Roman Berkey is outplaying XG by a whole lot. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. If St. Louis, I mean, just look at the game look at the Columbus game, to be honest. They didn't get beat the hell up, but Roman Berkey would have probably made that a win if he was in net during the Columbus game in Leagues Cup. It would have probably been a win. But he wasn't in net, so they lost. The way that game played out, I'm going to be honest. 76th minute here. So I agree. '76th minute. Headed away. 1-1, uno. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Get this one going. Gusto Lotti has joined Lanús from Cruz Azul on loan. Yeah, that's a good. Yeah. Cruz Azul should get rid of half their team, to be honest. They are legitimately scraping the bottom of the barrel right now. And they got rid of Tuca Ferretti as well, which is... I hate it for Tuca, but his time has passed. His time has passed, Tuca's. Yeah, City's been way more dominant on the ball this second half. Sevilla's just trying to wait this one out. They want penalties. Sevilla's going for penalties at this point. That is not a foul. Foden gets played to Bono. That gets cleared, 78th minute. Like, if Yusuf and Nesri scored one more of his chances that he should have scored, this would be a game over. But I guess now they're going for penalties. They're going to regret missing some of those chances. And Nesri's going to basically... He's the reason they led for so long, but he's also the reason why if they lose on penalties, they're going to feel hard. I wouldn't say hard done by, but they're going to feel heartbroken. Sevilla should have won this game. They should have won this game outright. Like, at the end of it, I'm going to say this. Sevilla should have won this game. If they win on penalties, good. If they win outright, good. But they should have won this game. If they lose, it's going to be, they should have won this game. Hell, I could say it should have never went to penalties, to be honest. Plays forward. Oh, no. Horrible pass. Haaland. Kovacic. Haaland blocked. Almost a bad giveaway. 79th minute. Getting to the final 10 plus. Shot. Cleared away. City's putting on the pressure. They're looking for the winner. Sevilla is going to survive. That's a corner. Sevilla's just trying to survive. And there have been no subs in this match, but one for Sevilla. Man City has not made a sub yet. Ain't that crazy? With 11 minutes plus to go. This is like a boxing fight now. This is like a fight that somebody dominated for like 7 rounds, and they thought that would be enough to win on decision, and they know they can't knock the dude out. But the last 3 rounds, the other dude who dominated on decision, dominated on points for 7 rounds, is about to get knocked out. And he's just trying to ward that off because he did win the first 7 rounds. He did. You can't win 3 rounds dominantly and win the match. If it goes to decision, he's going to win. He can't knock out the other dude, but he's about to get knocked out. If he ain't careful. He already got knocked down once and came up at 9. If he ain't careful, he's about to get knocked out. Yeah, it's like a boxing fight. '81st minute. Did you ever see Boomerang as a kid? Yeah, I watched the Boomerang Network. Yeah. 81st minute. Plays forward. Cross. Header. Cross in. Header. Missed. 82nd minute. Header. And Nesri misses the header. Cross. Headed away. Throw in for Sevilla. 82nd minute. Like, Pep legitimately has balls just to start his starting 11 throughout this whole match. Like, Gonzalo Montiel's coming on for Navas because, of course, Montiel won the penalty shootout at the World Cup and during the Europa final for Sevilla. That's their second sub. City is honestly, Sevilla's just trying to survive at this point. First half, Sevilla was the better team. Second half, City has turned this game around. Sevilla's just trying to survive for penalties. That's all they're doing. 7 minutes. Can they do it? Plus stoppage time, of course. I would say probably 3 or 4 minutes of stoppage time. So 11 minutes for Sevilla to survive to get to penalties at the very least. It could be more. City's finally going to make a sub. Next chance they get. Julian Alvarez will come on. Julian Alvarez will come on for the last couple of minutes and penalties. Sevilla's starting to have some forward moments here, though. Cross in. Punched away by Ederson. Rakitic. Or Jordan brought down the ball. That's out for a throw. I mean, Alvarez, didn't he score a penalty at the World Cup final? Palmer for Alvarez. Palmer for Alvarez. Actually, did he score a penalty during the World Cup? Because there was a couple of shootouts. Let me see. Let me see. Cole Palmer for Julian Alvarez. All right. During the final, he did not go. He did not go during the quarters. Round of 16, they won outright against Australia. He scored in that game. No, he did not. He scored a couple important goals. He didn't score in the shootout. He didn't. So, 85th minute, 5 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Montiel did, Alvarez didn't, but probably was ready to take a penalty if he needed to. Headed away. Or are they trying to win this outright with him? I don't know. 86th minute. Walker cross. Switches the play. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Get this one going. We'll review this game as well. Shot blocked away. Of course, we'll be live for Herediano versus España as well. Real España versus Herediano in the Central American Cup at 7. So we ain't done yet. And then we'll have a review for that as well. So we ain't done yet. Not at all. Not by a long shot. 2 more videos and 1 more stream today. Then we got 2 streams and 1 video tomorrow. And then a prediction on Friday, then 2 streams and 1 video on Saturday. Sunday, TFC is back, and I hope to God they beat Montreal. 87th minute. Rakitic is down. '87th minute. They're going to put on 2 more players, Sevilla. Throw in. They'll put on 2 more subs. In the 88th minute, Rafa Mir and Suso. Rafa Mir and Suso will be coming on for Sevilla in the next chance to make a sub. Rakitic plays it back. 88th minute. True. Blocked away. Straight to penalties if it's tied. Straight to penalties if it's tied. 88th minute. It'll be straight to penalties if it's tied. 89th minute. Cross in, header. Falls to Grealish with a minute to go. It would behoove City not to put this out of play because Sevilla will have a sub. Blocked away. Kovacic. Kovacic shot blocked away. And there's a free kick. In the 89th minute. 1 minute to go. Will Sevilla make their subs now? Juan Lu gets a yellow. Falls Guardiol. Rafa Mir and Suso coming on at the 90th minute. City's only going to make a sub. Yassine Bono. Phil Foden. Shot taken. Yassine Bono. Big save. Corner. 4 minutes of stoppage time. Sevilla has to survive for 4 more minutes to go to a shootout. Where Yassine Bono is a pretty damn good player. Corner taken. I guess they're going to make the subs when they have a goal kick. Shot blocked away. Man City's got to keep playing this ball. If they don't, Sevilla can't make their subs. Or if they do, PSG fans will be pissed. 41 minute out of the 4. Almost up. Man City has to hold this and hope this ball doesn't go out of play, because if it does, Sevilla will make their subs. 1 minute. 3 to go. Plays forward. Walker. From deep. Over the bar. Here comes the subs. From deep, but here comes the subs. These are definitely subs for penalties. Rafa Mir and Suso. That'll be Youssef and Nesri for Rafa Mir. And Suso will be coming on for Youssef and Nesri coming off. For Rafa Mir is the sub. We're halfway through stoppage time, but they'll play another minute. And then Suso is on for Eric Lamela. With a minute to go, if they play only one more minute, but I guess they'll probably play to 5 minutes now because of those subs. Foul. Free kick for Sevilla. Three minutes in. Plays in. One more minute, 30 seconds of stoppage time, but it'll probably be a minute or two. Ederson. $4:15. $4:30. Will Man City win this one late? Suso, good tackle. Cleared, and it's full time. 90 minutes. We are at full time. 1-1. Uno at the full time whistle. And that's that. We're going to a penalty shootout. We're going to a penalty shootout. Yep, straight to a shootout. Yep. There we go. Why are they going straight to penalties instead of extra time? Because one, it's the start of the season. Second of all, it's just the Super Cup. I mean, does it really matter? Yeah, they're straight to penalties. Thoughts on the second half? City dominated. City dominated the second half. Like, they dominated the second half. Hit that like button. There are rumors that the Saudi Pro League champion will be in the UEFA Champions League. That's dumb. That's dumb. Hit that like button. Let's get this one going. There we go. Ferrero's been linked to Cadiz. Really? Cadiz? Rakitic and Walker for the coin toss. Man City versus Sevilla in penalties. The winner wins the Super Cup. The loser, well, they're both playing Champions League anyway. Can Sevilla win one for Yassine Bono before he goes to the Saudi Pro League? Or will Man City win a trophy that they were supposed to win, but they sort of struggled to win? With Sevilla's defense being great, and also the fact that Sevilla did at least score a goal. First half was all Sevilla, pretty much. The second half was, well, I wouldn't say the first half was all Sevilla, but offensively wise, it was. Second half was all City. All City. Last year's group stage, yes, a rematch of last year's group stage and the 2015 group stage, if I'm not mistaken. Sevilla has lost every single game to City they've played, the 4 games they've played. Of course, this was a draw, and they could win the trophy, but technically, it's another loss if they lose the trophy. It's a win if they win the trophy. So, by technical standards, it's a draw. Erling Haaland to start. Erling Haaland to start for Man City. Haaland to start the shootout versus Yassine Bono. Erling Haaland versus Yassine Bono. Tight table. Yassine Bono versus Erling Haaland. Haaland to take this penalty. Takes the shot in. Goal. 1-0 on the shootout. Erling Haaland scores. You expected that to happen. I mean, let's be honest. Goes the wrong way. Bono sent the wrong way. Erling Haaland scores. Easy as you like. Ocampos. Lucas Ocampos. Ocampos will take a long run up. Lucas Ocampos. Shot. Goal. Barely made. Ederson barely moved. Doesn't matter. Goal. 1-1. 1-1. Lucas Ocampos. Julian Alvarez. Julian Alvarez versus Yassine Bono. Julian Alvarez to go for the second penalty. And that's a goal. Smashes it in there. 2-1. 2-1. Julian Alvarez. Easy penalty. Comes on for the shootout. Puts one away. The only sub of the night for City. Boom. Yassine Bono sent the wrong way as well. Rafa-Mir. Yep, Rafa-Mir. Rafa-Mir. Rafa-Mir for Sevilla versus Ederson. Rafa-Mir to keep this tied. He takes a shot. Goal. Top bins. 2-2. 2-2. Rafa-Mir. Beautiful penalty. Beautiful penalty. Ederson barely moves, but top bins. What a strike. Sevilla has the draw so far. Mateo Kovacic. Mateo Kovacic to take his penalty. Kovacic versus Bono. He rolls it in. 3-2. 3-2. Kovacic, good penalty. All good penalties so far. Somebody's got a break. Rakitic. Ivan Rakitic. Ivan Rakitic. Could he make it 3-3? Rakitic versus Ederson. Rakitic. Short and scores. 3-3, 3-3. Still tied. Again, what a crazy, well, not a crazy shootout, but a perfect shootout. It's not crazy yet. Jack Grealish. Grealish to take the penalty. The fourth penalty for City. Jack Grealish. If he misses and Sevilla scores, Sevilla is in the driver's seat. Jack Grealish versus Yassine Bono. Straight up run up, goes a bit wide. And it's in. Grealish scores. 4-4 or 4-3. 4-3. Grealish, what a penalty. Boom. Center. Down the middle. Not bad. For Gonzalo Montiel. Gonzalo Montiel won the World Cup with a penalty, won the Europa League with a penalty, and he keeps it tied. Goal. 4-4. He is not the hero tonight, but a good penalty nonetheless by Montiel. Good penalty nonetheless. Gonzalo Montiel knows when. And it's Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker to at least clinch sudden death. Penalty shootout. If he misses, it's all up to Sevilla. Kyle Walker. Shot taken, and it's in. Bounces under Bono. We go one more round. If Sevilla scores, lucky penalty for Kyle Walker. There at least will be sudden death. Bono couldn't get his hand to it completely. And that means the captain. That will be Nemanja Gudel. Nemanja Gudel. Nemanja Gudel to take his penalty. Gudel. Gudel! Score off the post! It's over! No way! Gudel hits it off the post. City wins. They win the Super Cup on penalties. 1-1 on the night. 1-1 esta noche. 5-4. 5-4 en penales. City get it done. They didn't really deserve it, but they get it done. Well, I mean, I guess they did, but Nemanja Gudel puts it off the bar. Puts it off the crossbar. Ederson didn't have to do a damn thing. He still's the man of the match, but in my book, but City wins the Super Cup. It should have been a lot easier for them, but they do it anyway. City are your Super Cup champions. Manchester City. They win their first Champions League 2 months later. They win the UEFA Super Cup. See if they win the Club World Cup. 1-1 on the night. 1-1 esta noche. 5-4 in penalties. 5-4 in penales. City to lift the trophy. It's their time. With that being said, if you like this stream, like and share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification on subscribe. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us in playlist. Share us friends and family. All that great stuff. I'll see you within the hour for the review of this match. Should be up. And I'll see you later tonight for Central American Cup. CS Herediano versus Real España. One more live. Two more videos. One more live. I'll see you then. Congratulations to Manchester City. Commiserations to Sevilla. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See you later.